This is a text message that I got. This was a smishing attempt posing as a US Postal Service. So it's not like a super spy technique, but it checks enough boxes to trick someone who's distracted or in a hurry or uneducated on these type techniques. You and I probably wouldn't be tricked by this, but unfortunately, the people that we're trying to protect maybe. So this is kind of a sketchy link included in there. There is some fake urgency. There's a suspicious domain. It's a .top, which is, no one, I would never click on a .top. I'm sure most of you wouldn't, but they're trying to say that they promise this is not a trap. You've gotten messages just like this. Maybe it was a toll that you had to pay. Your package is delayed. Your PayPal account has been compromised, something like that. I actually got a message this morning from my neighbor who was asking how to get access to this domain in her browser, and she sent me a screenshot. Apparently, she was tapped for jury duty, and she got a text message about it and a link to click on. And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, wait a minute! Don't click that. Jury duty is not going to send you a text message." She's like, "But I got an email too." And I said, "Hold on, don't click anything. Don't click anything. Bring it to me later if you're still curious. Wait for something in your actual physical mailbox." But anyway, back to my example here. So I got this fake text message, and what I did is what I always do. I went to DNSFilter.com. I logged into our backend to see what we flagged it as, and that was phishing and very new domains, which is a strong. Both of those are strong signals that this domain is malicious in some way. DNSFilter thought so. So new domains are often registered and they're kind of weaponized really fast and they have a short lifespan. So DNSFilter gets a gold star. Now, the next day, I wanted to see how the industry stacked up. This is 24 hours later. The virus total, which is probably a website most of you are familiar with, shows that 4 of the industry leaders are agreeing with DNSFilter that this domain is somehow malicious. Now, that's 4 out of nearly 80 security tools. They saw nothing wrong with it. And these are names you'd recognize. They're the biggest brands in the business. So DNSFilter was already protecting customers. Everyone else was kind of behind. So then I wanted to see what this domain looked like. So I safely pulled it up in an isolated browser, and this is what someone would actually see. And it's not a bad fake. There's some they're using the real logo. It's got some legitimacy for social proof, like links out to their the USPS social media accounts. But clicking anything here, which I didn't do, is probably going to ruin someone's day. Now, 48 hours later, Google Safe Browsing caught on. The site started triggering the big red warning screen. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, but Google was getting signals that this domain is bad. But you could actually click through to still visit it. And then finally, 2 days later, the rest of the industry starts to catch up. 20 vendors are now flagging this up from 4. So remember, DNSFilter caught this on day 1. And then lastly, I guess the registrars or the browser vendors in conjunction started redirecting this page to the real United States Postal Service website. So, the browser vendors and registrars basically saved the internet. This campaign was essentially done. And here's what matters. The phishing domain could have been hosted on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, which all could have helped avoid its detection. And this happens a lot. The attacker could have rotated IPs, could have updated the infrastructure behind the domain, but that domain stayed the same the entire time. So think about phishing attacks like a marketing campaign. You send text messages, emails, you do like social posts, and then you're really kind of have one goal. It's to drive people to a landing page of some sort. So you can't change the address of the landing page in the middle of the campaign. And that's why DNS layer protection works. So we block at the source, the domain, before malware touches the device. And DNSFilter in this case gave our customers a 48-hour head start. So most of us on this call, again, probably wouldn't be tricked by this. But this exact domain got 144 requests before it was taken down on just our network. And we serve about 1 or 1.5% of the world's internet traffic. So we saw 144 hits. So the entire world probably saw much more than that. So even though we wouldn't click on it, people actually did. And this is just one example, one real attack that happened to me in just in time for a presentation like this. And this is just one out of the millions that we categorize daily. Again, 10 days faster than the competition.